Creating a live broadcast. We are, according to OBS, we're live.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm watching for it to go live. Oh, there we are. Okay. So, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm Dustyn Brewer, the branding and client success manager for Little Arm Studios, bringing you Zephyr Drone Simulator. This is a small division of a much bigger project, but this is the absolute last and final destination for all things drone sim. We're pretty much it. Again, my name's Dustyn, and with me from here on out, a hetero life mate, a stalwart presence, an absolute rock and anchor is Beau Van Buren. That's right. He's got two last names. That's awesome. So
Okay.
anyway, that's me, and this is Beau. So welcome.
I have one last name.
Well, I mean, it's kind of two. It's all in the details.
Right. The devil's in the details.
That or okay, doesn't have to be the devil.
The
Hey,
deep.
we've got people watching. This is pretty awesome.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. All two of you. Feel free to hit the like button and feel free to say something in our chat. We're happy. That's what we're here for, is to answer questions about the simulator. We're here to answer questions about Little Arm Studios as well. We're here for you, and this is the first of hopefully many. Hey, it's Josh. Go drones. I agree.
What's up, Josh?
Hi, buddy.
Hi, hi, hi. So,
Oh,
Beau, would you please do me the great honor of giving a little bit of backstory about yourself first?
all right. So, my name's Beau Van Buren. As Dustyn said, I have worn many hats at the company. I started off as a sales contractor, um, and social media manager kind of thing. It was a weird hybrid role. Then I moved more into full on like sales. And since then, I've kind of shifted from there into an accounts manager, and now I'm doing marketing and trade show coordination. Before that, I did a whole lot of other jobs that were far flung and a lot of different disciplines of things. But we're here. My older brother is one of the founding members of Little Arm Studios, which is the company who produces Zephyr. Um, and yeah, I've been along for the ride even before I started working here.
um, we have a little bit of that in common. I was attached to Zephyr for about a year before I formally came on. Oh, hey, Monkey Fist. Why do I? Oh, is that? I bet that's Alex.
Gotta be.
If I had to guess. But hey, buddy, he's the whole reason why I'm here in the first place. I met that beautiful fellow back when I had a different life, when I was the operator and head honcho at a little brewery in Clarksville, Tennessee, called King's Bluff, and built a brand from the ground up there with my extensive. It is him. Okay, I was right. But with my extensive branding knowledge from working in everything from Walmart to the shooting industry to the financial industry and other parts unknown, and really, who even cares? What that did allow me though was to meet some amazing people, and chief among them, Alex and the fine folks here at Zephyr. I've been able to work with these guys and build a really cool foundation for their brand presence, and honestly, for an amazing product like this drone simulator. I've officially been with the company for, I think, about 8 weeks now.
I was getting ready to
It's
say.
been,
I was getting ready to say. You said there. I think it's an hour now.
yeah, it is our. It's pretty cool. I didn't ever think that it would be that possible, but I am just incredibly thrilled to be a part of the team at large. I've been welcomed with open arms, and getting a chance to do this for a larger audience and show other people how cool not only the simulator is, but how cool everybody that I get to work with every day is. It's a real treat for me. So I won't belabor you with any more details, but that's kind of who and what we are, and we're here to kind of show you the ropes on what the simulator can do. Answer a few questions if anybody out there has it. Oh, hey, Kyle's on there, our illustrious CEO. Hey, look at these
Yes.
guys. I see you.
He's the
Uh,
he's the chief of the executive officers.
he is. He is. He's the man of few words. Man, when you get a thumbs up from Kyle, you know you've done something right. That's makes my day a lot brighter. Um, yeah, no, Josh, you just have to keep commenting more and building up your XP points, and then you'll climb in the ranks. Alex is probably busy. You'll surpass him in no time, I promise. Other than that, oh, from beer to D&D to drones. Yeah, I know, man. It really has been. Um, Alex and I, he was part of my original D&D group at the brewery. We met
Mm.
every Tuesday and ran the same campaign for almost 2 years. Um, what a journey! It was a ton of fun, um, and I'm excited to carry that over with this group. So yeah, always happy to talk. Rolling math rocks whenever possible.
Oh,
Um, so Beau, you're in Virginia, correct?
that is presently where I am located. Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, the vast majority of our guys are there, but we've got people all over the planet. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts, as of about a year ago. We've got employees all over the place, and it's pretty cool that we still get to all come together and do something really. So Beau, I think you'll probably do a far more superior job at this than I am. Why why a drone simulator?
Um, hold that thought. Apparently, I'm a lot louder than you. So
Oh,
let me mess with my audio real quick. Um,
gotcha.
uh, why a simulator? I can probably talk through that while also messing with everything without breaking it, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I think so. I trust you.
so the reason for a drone simulator is because I probably have to do this through OBS. And
Hey, it's first stream blues. It was perfect right off the rip.
all right, I've made some edits. We'll see if that fixes it. Please let us know if it
That's fine.
fixes it. If not, then um,
My picture went away.
yeah,
You can't see me.
it's because I've been messing with stuff.
That's fine.
Here we go.
People don't want to see me anyway. I've got
You
I've
you
got a voice.
you should be back any moment now.
That's fine. I have a face for radio.
I think you'll be back any moment now.
It also doesn't help that like I'm using the built-in webcam, so like I'm coming live from 1996.
Yeah, there you're back. All right, cool.
Oh, look at that. Perfect. Well
So,
done, buddy.
I mean, I've streamed for almost 5 years now. I'd hope I've learned something. Anyway, so why a simulator? A long time ago, we were working on another project, and that project led to the the birth, so to speak, of the thought process for Zephyr. We were working on a incident command simulator for firefighters. We got introduced to a gentleman who was just like, "Hey, why not drones?" And we were just like, "Hey, why not drones?" Because at the
Yeah.
time, nobody was really doing like a drone simulation training software that also featured a learning management system built baked in. So
Mhm.
we kind of just evolved to fit that niche.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's just it. Like you see a place in the market where we can fit and apply talent. That's where this kind of stuff grows out of. And with drones becoming more and more prevalent in our everyday lives, um, little anecdote: my little sister works in 911 dispatch in Texas, and they've been like seeing a lot more stuff about drones pop up. Most notably, the public having questions about seeing Walmart drones delivering things like groceries. it's becoming a bigger piece of our everyday walk of life. And the fact that we get to sit in a position of helping to train people and build muscle memory without the fear of physical damage to person or property, I think that puts us in a pretty unique position, number one, and really a pretty cool community minded position where we can help hopefully sculpt a much more um, thoughtful and safe future around drones if we can get more people on board with it, which is where our viewers and our friends, family, everybody else can help to share this and kind of help spread this awareness so that we can be there as that tool for people to use. Never thought I'd want to say that I wanted to be a tool, but here I am. I'm excited about it.
Well, I mean, speaking of being a tool, I never thought that I was going to get to use any of my like hobby skills as an actual job skill. So
Yeah,
here we are.
I feel that on a molecular level, having done that with beer. I mean, who would ever thought that an obsession would turn into at least a paycheck for a little while?
Fair, you know. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
So
Yeah, I'm digging it. I just got a text message that said we look and sound fantastic. Alex says that we've brightened his day with our majestic beards and beautiful faces. Oh, Josh out here playing favorites.
yeah, you're apparently his favorite tool. He's
And
just
now
trying.
he's also in the number one spot, just like I said he would be.
He's just trying to hold on to that one spot. That's all that is.
It's not a competition, but it's definitely a competition, 100%. Um, Yeah, so some other exciting news that's going to be here on the channel. We will be bringing to you, hopefully, weekly updates as far as new things that we're adding to the simulator. We are constantly evolving this thing, adding in things like better flight controls, new scenarios, new drones for you to fly and get familiar with. The sheer amount of content that we have within this thing already is pretty impressive, and Beau's going to take us through all that shortly. But we'll be able to give you some sneak peeks on new things that we're working on that we're adding. We'll let you know when those are going to be launched as we go forward. And um, I guess it's also fair to say, like, we're not a huge team. Like, we're relatively small and scrappy. There's what, 15 of us total?
14 total.
14, and the majority of them are dev. Like, um, the the fact that you get to watch these guys go in and just curate this very specific thing for people to use and how much care and quality goes into it's impressive. So we'll be here to do that, let you know what's going on, let you know where we're going to be. Good example of that, we will be in Las Vegas next week. We'll get there Saturday. The show essentially starts on Tuesday for CUAV in Las Vegas. Come by our booth. What's our booth number, Beau? Do you know off the top of your head?
Number 739.
739 739. Come by and see us. Give us a handshake, bump knuckles, whatever you feel as far as you know want to reach out and say hello. We're going to be there. We're going to have some stuff to give away. We're going to be there to answer your questions. You can meet us in person. Plus, it's Las Vegas. So who knows what street corner they're going to find me on at about 2 a.m., but it's going to be like an Easter egg hunt. So we'll be bringing you stuff like that, where we're going to be, what we're doing, and how we're doing it, and try and be as open and communicative with you as possible. Because without you, we don't really have a whole lot going on. We need our subscribers, our listeners, our the folks that we already have involved in the sim, plus all of our really amazing collaborative partners within the space. Really excited to bring some of them in to also talk to us. Beau, you have anything else that you want to add, my friend?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Give us your thumbs. Smash that thumbs up. Hitting the little heart in the chat really doesn't do a damn thing, but hitting the thumbs up over there next to the share it with people. If you feel like you want to, increase my field of embarrassment, do it. I think most of you know I don't have a whole lot in that reservoir tank. So feel free to give us a share and show us off to your friends. How about you take us through a scenario, Bo? Kind of walk us through this process. What do we have loaded up here on the screen? What is this?
This is Zephyr Drone Simulator. So we are literally on the starting screen. When you first come in, you'll be graced by the scenario control settings and the exit button, but we like to ignore the exit button because you want to stay in the simulator.
Yes, don't eject.
Um, uh, Obviously, in settings, you can manipulate a bunch of different data. I have the sound on 0 because I'm an old man and don't like being bombarded with noise. But
Sure.
if you bring it up, you'll hear the dulcet tones of the drone flying through the environment when we fly. So
The environmental sounds are actually pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. I'm always kind of surprised at how much is going on. When we had it pulled up for the Law Enforcement Drone Association, we had it on 3 different TVs, and it sounded like we were outside in this small hallway. So that was actually kind of nice.
new content. Um, we also have it to where you can mess around with your controllers.
Hmm.
You can actually mess around with your dead zones. It'll tell you what controller you're using. You can do quick calibrations. You can map the buttons to whatever you want them to be within some parameters. So, for instance, if you learned how to fly mode 3 instead of mode 2,
Hmm.
you can modify the controls to where the drone will fly in those instead of flying the normal way.
Okay, cool. It shows there you're using a PlayStation 5 controller. What all kind of controllers can you use?
You can use PlayStation 5, obviously. You can use PlayStation
Hmm.
4 cabled. You can use Xbox 360 controllers as well, or anything that really registers as a gamepad will work.
Hmm.
Um, you can also utilize the Orca FPV CTRL controller and the DJI FPV or RC2
Hmm.
and the RC3.
Which I think that's what I have, correct? Is the RC3? That's this guy?
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha. It's got a German Shepherd hair on it. Look at that. Just like everything else in my life. Okay, cool. Well, that seems like it's got quite a few capabilities there with different controllers. That's handy to have. So you don't have to have a dedicated controller when you download our sim. And our sim can be downloaded to pretty much any machine, right?
Um, Presently, we support Windows and Mac. We cannot run on, I think it's uh, the Chromebooks or like doesn't run in Chromebook or on I think some of the less powerful Macs. Um, but we are working on that for the future.
Gotcha. And that's really just downloading your portal into
I think I lost you.
this from any other machine. Oh, am I there?
All right, you're back. Yeah.
Yay.
But yeah,
Uh,
so we do have minimum system requirements. I do
mhm.
not know them off the top of my head.
Gotcha. But we have all of that in our FAQ section, right,
That
of our
is
website
that is correct. Yes.
for everything.
Fun fact:
Fun
the
fact: oh, go ahead.
I was
You
going
read
to
it.
say, fun fact: the exit button actually makes you a slightly, so you should really just never press it.
That's true. We
It's
don't
true.
need to be any more.
It's true, Josh.
Yeah, I do plenty of that on my own. I don't need any extra help on being lame. Um,
And then
but yeah.
here you'll see our suite um, of scenarios. So we have anything or everything. We have something for everybody. All the way from I've never flown a drone before, all the way up to I've flown a drone. I think I'm the big cheese. I'm gonna fly. I think I'm better than you, so I'm going to fly these. And a lot of them are very difficult. Um,
They really are. It's wild. I had grossly underestimated because I've played video games my whole life, right? Holding the controller and controlling a drone is not the same as holding a controller and controlling something on your screen that you're doing to just pass the time. Like the way that it reads and the flight mechanics and dynamics therein, it's worlds apart. So your preconceived notions of like, oh, I'm good at that. I could do that. I've got hand-eye coordination out the wazoo from it's different. It's very, very different.
yeah, for sure. There's definitely and even some of the parts of the tutorial, like if you're not 100% like reading what the directions tell you to do, it will confuse you. Like there's a part in the tutorial where it removes your ability to fly forward, um, which not everybody reads that. You're supposed to strafe into the targets there. Uh,
Hmm.
very confusing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh well, following directions I don't think is that's hard for a lot of people.
well, that's the
A lot of
that's.
people don't read.
I remember I had a teacher in high school who would always like once a year at least in one of her tests she put it at the like in the middle of her directions that if you flip the paper over and like draw a picture of a whale and turn it in you'd still get full credit.
Yeah,
Like that's pre-troll trolls right there.
absolutely. Oh, we used to do that with our Mug Club membership site. Alex can probably attest to that. But one of the middle lines in it was like, go up to the head brewer and give her a high five, and she'll pour you a beer for free. And then at the end of it, it had something similar. Like if you read it all the way to this part, make sure you put a smiley face next to your name for a pint coin to use next time. And rarely did we hand out any kind of free suds. Most of the time, it was just people signed it and smiled at you,
Of course.
which is fine. Totally
um
fine.
you'll see that we also have the NIST open lane training course and testing course. The difference between those is the training course actually has visual guides that runs you through it. The TOS, there's a South Park episode about that.
There is. It's a really good one.
Um, both of them are vocally guided by one of our close friends, Dr. Joe Burgett from the Clemson University. Um, he does the vocalization of he's essentially a proctor that's just standing right there next to you telling you what you're supposed to do. And it also, like I was saying, has those visual guides that show you where to put the drone, where to aim the drone's camera, yada yada yada. And like the test removes the visual guides but keeps Dr. Burgett there to tell you where you're supposed to be going.
Gotcha. That's really cool. I got to see that live and in person at my first event. Went with our head of sales, Brandon, to the LIDA conference, not far from where I am. It was over in Framingham, Massachusetts. And well, I don't know if you heard that. That was my Basset, not Basset hound, my coon hound shaking his giant ears.
Oh
So
man,
if you hear dogs barking and such, that's my herd of dogs. But anyway, I got to watch these proctors in real time, like guide these these drone pilots in the NIST course. It was really cool to see. I really
yeah.
enjoyed that.
Kyle says he's still waiting for Dr. Joe to uh, start his voice acting career. I can't wait. He's gonna be in the next arc of One Piece.
It's incredible. That
I love that. That's awesome.
would be great. I'd tune in. I'd watch that.
Guest star on King of the Hills revamp.
Woo!
That seems more like like Joe's
He's
wheelhouse.
the new Boomhauer.
Oh yeah. You'll also see that we have the APSA. For those that are uninitiated, is the Airborne Public Safety Association.
Okay.
They actually have a credential that you can get through the simulator itself. So
Oh,
you can credentialize yourself digitally um, with the sim.
that sounds provocative and dangerous.
Credentializing, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new upward vertical that I'm trying to start.
Can you credential with a friend? Is that possible?
No, credentialing is a solo endeavor.
There you go. Inquiring minds want to know.
Um, yeah, so we have a couple of different things in here. We also have the NIST Park, which is a large. I'd say large. It's a larger area.
Mhm.
It's not quite as large as the island. I believe the island is still our largest scenario. Um, the NIST Park will actually has your buckets and stuff like that for the NIST in there all over the place. Um, my actual car is in there, as
Mhm.
well as a couple of building or yeah, it's two buildings that you can fly into and out of, and like a school bus that you can train to fly.
Yeah, when you told me your car was in this, ha ha, ha ha. No, it's actually your car
Yep.
that's in this, like a model of your vehicle, and that absolutely just blew me away.
Oh yeah, the dev guys snuck that in there. Um,
That's pretty neat.
the
Not gonna lie, like that's kind of cool.
the beach scene is brand new. It's like a lot of the stuff that you're going to see here is not fully live in the simulator yet.
Hmm.
Um, but the beach is one of our new scenarios coming up, as well as these search and rescue ones down here. Um, so these will be going live hopefully shortly after Vegas or CUAV this year. Um,
Hmm.
I'd have to defer to some of the dev folks for the actual release time on those, but we wanted to kind of bring them on here to tease them a little
Yeah,
bit.
well, I think that's what's kind of cool. That's the whole purpose of us being with everybody is, you're getting to see things that aren't even live yet that we're still working on in the background. Which, again, when I tell you that these guys are working on updates and additions to this almost round the clock, it's it's so admirable, and I can't imagine having that kind of just dedication day in day out because the stuff they're doing would absolutely I would still be trying to fix one blade of grass
Oh no,
within the sim.
I'm constantly baffled by dev work.
I know it's incredible, and then
Yeah,
we get to go on here and just we loudly praise their work and talk about how cool they are. But yeah, I sure as heck couldn't do it. I'm constantly impressed with their ethic and how hard they're working. So it makes my job so much easier when you've
yeah,
got a product like this. It's really cool.
for sure. Bunch of turbo nerds though.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to lose your camera position again.
Oh, that's all right.
Maybe
Yep.
maybe not.
Nope, it's gone. I can see the top of your avatar's head in the thing, but that's okay. Um,
Cool. I will edit this real quick. Is it because it removed me from being live?
I think so. I think that was the whole thing. Um, but once we get that squared away, let's just do a quick like fly through. I think that would be kind
Oh,
of cool
it
to show
is.
people.
Oh, yeah, it's
Oh, wow, that was just a corner. Um, yeah, in Vegas, I'm really excited to meet some more of our partners that we get to work with.
you should
Yeah,
be
there I am.
you
Look,
should be back now. Yeah,
I am. I'm back.
groovy. All right, what did you want me to take us into?
Let's go into the warehouse.
Okay.
I want to do just the yeah, let's load that scenario. And I love the
The
loading. I think
the
that's
little
just
drum.
incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually made from a team member who's moved on to a different opportunity, but that's handmade for us, which is super cool.
That's cool. So while that's loading, when we were at the LIDA conference, the Law
Mhm.
Enforcement Drone Association, I watched 3 or 4 people battle it out in this scenario.
Mhm.
Um, I believe it was Shelf Maze 1
Yeah.
flying the Avata 2. seeing how quickly they could get through these shelves and touch both the checkpoints. What started out as a minute 20 over the course of 2 days became 7 seconds. 7 seconds. Ridiculous. Um, oh wow, that looks good. Look at that.
I'm not gonna be doing no 7 seconds, but
No, that's all right. But like how it banks in those turns is really cool. Then you touch the checkpoint, that goes away. How responsive those controls are. It's a little dark too.
it's probably due to my settings.
Probably. Yeah, because on that big TV we set it to the brightest. So
Mhm.
31 seconds. Pretty darn great.
Well, see, the cool thing about the mazes specifically is that like you can take
Mhm.
any different, like any number of paths through there. So like with shelving maze 2, I think it is, where it adds the extra targets.
Mhm.
When you go through this, um just power
Real
on
quick,
here.
you're changing your point of view in that, correct?
Yes, I'm switching so that the camera is the main camera for the drone as opposed to the pilot view.
Got
So
it.
like if I turn around here, whoop, if I turn around here, you'll see
Mhm.
a little meeple. It is very dark in here, but um, I'm gonna assume I'm after hours in the warehouse trying to get my skills down for a tournament. So like most people when they fly
Right.
this for the first time, they'll come forward into here and then they'll turn, they'll fly forward, they'll come forward a little bit more. And instead of flying through the shelves like a miscreant like me, they'll fly through these, they'll actually like fly through it. And when you're watching
Uh-huh.
people do this, you can see their brains like, how do I get through this faster?
You're exactly right.
How can I be more efficient through here? And then they're like, okay, well, maybe I can fly through the shelves. So they'll
Mhm.
see that first one and they'll think, maybe I should fly forward. Or they'll turn and say, hey, my drone's small enough to fit through here. And the more that people mess with it, the more they kind of push that, like, that boundary of like where the drone can go.
Sure. What's learning? I mean, that's the whole point behind this whole endeavor is watching people not just build up muscle memory, but learn how their drones operate. Because this is as I mean, honestly, it's as close to real as you could possibly
And you
get.
see, I just ran straight into a wall there.
So this is what happens when you crash. You get to start back over, and unlike having to go find your drone and then put duct tape on the pieces that snapped off, you just get to fly again.
Yep. And you can do it as many times as you need to, and it doesn't cost you anything aside from the purchase of the license.
Right.
But it's not going to cost you like $4,700 every time that you wreck your drone.
Right. It's just real quick anecdote. I'm still waiting for the testimony to come back from the guys at Lita, but we had an officer show up who had never even turned on a drone before. He'd never pressed power on it. He was just handed it to him as he walked out the door. And after going through some stuff with the proctors, he came inside and ran our sim for about, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. Went back out to the practical and passed it on his second try.
That's
Having never flown a drone before, this guy was able to take our product, the muscle memory, and go through the NIST course, and then go outside and actually do it on his second try. Dude, that kind of confidence, that's incredible. Seen a while ago. Okay, cool. Yeah. See, even while we're doing this, some of our devs are tuned and able to make little tweaks in what they're seeing. That is just the coolest freaking thing in the world. Like you just don't see that very often. Oh, that's wild. Ooh. Aim for the vent port.
yeah. No, so this is one of my favorite modules, the rafter slalom,
Mm-hmm.
where you're flying through these rafters.
Cool. And you're flying the Avata 2 still?
Yeah, this is currently the Avata 2.
There was a lot of talk about that drone in particular. I think just because of the entry point, it's a little bit lower barrier to entry.
Well, for the cost, it's hard to beat the quality of the drone.
Right.
There's not a lot of manufacturers that are putting out things that are of this quality for this price point. Not to sing
Mhm.
the praises of of DJI too much, but it they're well known for a reason, I will say.
Sure. Yeah,
Um,
we'll dedicate an episode to the whole DJI because I think that's really fascinating that a lot of our clients would enjoy learning about.
yeah,
Look at that. Minute 24. That's fantastic.
the Raptor slalom.
Raptor slalom. Let's go.
Uh, but yeah, so the one thing I'll say is like even if we go to let's return to the main menu real quick. I'll load up the island so that we can fly around there a little bit because I have a story about that as well.
Nice.
So the island scenario is one of the ones where this is I'm pretty sure the largest area that you can fly in the simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it we we take part in a STEM camp every year, pretty much, um, with the guys or with Smart Community STEM. They host a summer camp for a STEM summer camp for kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's high school age, late middle school, high school age. Um, and they did, I think it was the island circuit. This is already a difficult thing to fly by itself, but we had them fly this specific uh, scenario.
Mm-hmm.
We made them all fly Skydio 2s, and they oh, you saw George today? He's up in your neck of the woods. Um and yeah, so like we had them all fly these, which we tried to keep the playing field level. Um
Mm-hmm.
but they kept flying this scenario and like seeing the competitive spirit of these kids is always insane. And like I always think that I'm good at flying until I watch them fly. Because for example, I'm gonna fly this as fast as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll tell you how fast they flew it.
Really booking it.
I'm not. I assure you, it looks like I'm booking it, but I'm not. Especially not compared to those kids. It's absolutely bonkers how fast they do this.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's really trucking it.
yeah. So I look like I'm flying this proficiently and fastly, but the kids they kept pushing it and pushing it. Like by the time they were like where I am right now,
Uh-huh.
only like 20 to 30 seconds had elapsed.
Wow. And well, watching the guy from Dot Sky, I can't remember exactly. Um, really nice guy. Watching him do because he does the FVP flying.
The
Or
FPV,
FPV
yeah.
flying. Yeah. Where he had his hands positioned on the controller and how quickly he was maneuvering the drone. I'd never seen anything like it. Um, it just goes to show you practice makes perfect.
Yeah, so these kids were already near the end by now.
Wow.
I am still several targets away from finishing.
Incredible. Yeah, it looks really good. The detail on the rocks actually looked really nice.
Yeah, there are a lot of really difficult scenarios after
Mhm.
you get out of like learning the basic like terminology and training for those types of things. your like unconventional training kind of helps with building up the confidence behind the sticks, which is part of what we want to do. Like we want to build the relationship between the memory, the muscle memory or whatever that's there, so that like when you go out into the field and you experience these things like wind or like you're flying out in the world,
Uh-huh.
you're not caught off guard by things. um I'm not trying to crash. I don't really want to go back to the beginning.
I don't think, yeah, I wouldn't try. For me, it would just be a natural progression. Um, so this all has some natural background noise within the sim. You're not flying quietly.
Correct. The reason why it's so quiet right now is because I have my music turned off.
Mm-hmm.
um I I'm an old man and I forgot to turn the sound back on. But generally speaking, it's because like there is normally you can hear the drone propellers and stuff going on, and
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll also have some DMCA free music, probably on our next stream when we do this. As of right now, we're going to try and do it weekly with progression updates and things of that nature. I'd like to get up to twice a week, hopefully, and start having some of our dev team on, plus industry partners and some other tangential groups.
hey,
Was that Thor?
yeah.
Aw.
Well,
So Beau has Thor, and I have Winnie and Banjo.
yeah. Stu is walking down the hallway whistling. That is why he barked.
Oh, you also have a stew?
Well, my older brother.
How often do you have to take him out?
He does his own. He does his own thing. He's house trained.
He's a good boy.
All right. So this is the last target, right? So I got an F because the target time is 3 minutes, but
Wow.
those kids got under 2 minutes.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they kept flying faster and faster, and I never thought that it was going to get underneath 2 minutes, and then it got down to like 157, I think, or 158.
Gotcha. Right on. So all this data from all your flights, that's aggregate. So that if you're, let's say you're teaching a aviation course at like Clemson, for example, and you wanted to go in and grade your students, you would have essentially something you could go in and look and see what their flight logs look like, crash reports, things of that nature.
Correct. You can also
Yeah.
on like the NIST specifically the scenarios when you come to the
Oh,
secondary tab, it'll show you time markers for when targets were captured versus like like after a certain time. Like I think it's after 5 minutes they count every target capture as a miss. Um, and when I'm talking
gotcha.
about capturing targets, I mean like taking a picture of it, not like you know. But yeah, so the reason that I scored so low is because it took me over 4 minutes to do a 3 minute course.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, that's just like what Kyle's saying there. Have Dustin do a before and after set of flights on stream. I'm for it. On the next stream that we do, I'll take over some of the flying, and you can all we crash and try really, really hard not to, go all redneck and start cussing myself. But I'm for that because I think it'd be kind of neat for people to see like a natural progression because I am such a novice when it comes to drones and drone flight that I'm hoping that that's something tangible that we can see is that progression from going from essentially a neophyte to I wouldn't say an expert, but at least a little bit seasoned
Yeah.
of a drone pilot.
Well, I will say that before I ever flew an actual drone, I flew in the simulator. Um,
Mhm.
so like most of my flight time is simulator time.
Nice.
um, yeah, I attended a course for the APSA B Perp Proctor, like learning how to be a proctor. um,
Hmm.
and I a lot of things kind of blocked me from being able to fly the physical drone that the company gave me to use.
Hmm.
Um, so I ended up doing most of my training in the sim, and when I went down there, I was super worried. In fact, I wanted to try and fly it around my hotel room because I was just like, I need to fly this thing at least once. So I powered it
Sure.
on, and then it immediately flew into my coat on the wall. I didn't know anything about the GPS mode not working inside of buildings.
Sure.
So as soon as I powered it on, it just went woof, and then like it hit the wall, and I was like, okay. And I was real worried that I had damaged it and that I wasn't going to be able to do the course anymore. And then I got there, and some of the folks that had flown before, uh, because like there were guys there who'd been flying for like almost like 5 or 6 years or 8 years in one case, but like
Mhm.
they walked me through how I was supposed to do everything and all that. And then they genuinely were confused why I was there if I'd never flown a physical drone before. Um, but then I finished at the top of the class with the fastest time with perfect accuracy, and a lot of them were very upset with me.
Well, proof's in the pudding. That's just growth of skill.
Yep,
Hey, Stu. Hey, welcome to the chat. Give me the 07.
yep. That's the
Mm-hmm.
the
Heck yeah. So again, just kind of reviewing. Again, we've got a few more people watching now. We've been going for about 45 minutes. But again, my name's Dustyn Brewer, the branding manager for Zephyr and for Little Arms. Again, Little Arms is our studio essentially that makes things like the simulator, but the sim is really, that's my baby. That's our bread and butter. Beau is our marketing manager and event coordinator, and again, big shout out to our team, our C-suite, three buddies that met at college that got this wild idea to put some stuff together and start building things like this. Um, it's really cool to be a part of this and this growth, and hopefully we just continue to see this kind of stuff grow. Our sim gets picked up by a lot of law enforcement, search and rescue, um, power companies, municipalities, bridge inspection, tower inspection, all of those things, and that kind of training is in here for honestly a pretty spectacular price. I think that's what I keep going back to, is just for the value add there. It's pretty incredible. So I'm excited for us to continue to show people how we're growing and how we're adding new things for people to try out, and hopefully bring on some of our other industry partners and friends in this, because the drone space is growing by leaps and bounds, and the fact that we get to be a part of it for at such an early stage is pretty freaking cool.
yeah. A lot of the drone, like the drone business in general, is very wild westy, is what I like to say, because
Hmm.
it's always rapidly changing, and there's you like the buzzwords change every year, and like things just kind of seem to evolve in such a pace that like it just we're we're settling a new frontier, which is what this is really.
Yeah, you're right. We're pioneers.
Exactly. Especially with things like fully autonomous flight coming beyond visual line of sight. All of these things that are future, not future indicators, but like things that are burgeoning fields even inside of just the drone side of things. It's very interesting to watch, as people position themselves for things, and like just seeing where the technology's going.
Flying ears.
Lioneers.
Yeah.
We
I
both
like that.
we both clocked that at the same time. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that. Good job, Stu.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's quality
Yeah,
wordsmithing right there. Yeah.
the flying ears. But I mean, to that point, like this, it is. It's kind of the great. Look, we don't have to worry about dysentery. I don't know. We are going to Vegas. There's like hantavirus and
Well, we're not doing the Oregon Trail, so uh
I got diphtheria trying to ford the river.
Yeah. You lost two of your good ox.
Uh, Oxens carrying boxens.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, anyway, it's neat to be kind of on the ground floor of all of this stuff, and our government, for good or ill, as this becomes more and more prevalent, there's things like regulation that comes out that those factors are also brought into our sim, and
Regulation,
things like
legislation, all the good stuff.
all the Asians.
Yeah, all the shuns.
Uh-huh, all the shuns. um but yeah, so I'm excited to continue to bring more of these things to the table, and show that I think, for a first go of it, and our introduction into the space, I feel like we were pretty successful. This is going to be a VOD once we conclude the stream, so people can go back to it and kind of see how the startup process works. And if they want to learn more about it, we'll have this available. We'll post it to our socials. Again, share this with your friends, with your coworkers, with grandma, because who knows what grandma's doing at night? She's probably out there flying a drone. You don't know.
Hey, nobody
Yeah,
does.
nobody. I
Not
definitely don't.
not the bureaucracy. This
Uh
isn't a
oh, that was
bureaucracy. It's a botatorship.
Botater. That sounds dirty. Um, all right, cool. Well, I think we leave them wanting a little bit more. I don't want to
Yeah, let me.
overstay our welcome. So
I'm
if
gonna,
you'll prepare the sign off procedures.
oh
Um,
no, I'm gonna flash the SAR real quick.
oh, do it. That's a great idea.
River or mountain?
Ooh, mountain.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Mountain. We're gonna open up the mountain real quick so you guys can get a quick little taste of the SAR stuff that we've got going on. For those that are
First user.
uninitiated, it's search and rescue. Um, Obviously you can see it there. I generally am very bad with acronyms, so
Man, being in a military town the last 20, shout out 101st and the 160th. Um, I have never heard so many abbreviations. Um, I still don't remember most of them, but I appreciate their space.
I'm not going to go into any of the modules just now, but I am going to fly around the mountainscape real quick, and then we
Do it.
can sign off.
Oh, that's cool looking. Whose cars are those?
No idea.
Not yours.
Yeah, my car's not out here. It doesn't look like.
Wow.
Must have cost too many polygons. Also, you wouldn't really drive a Corolla out here.
Nor should you.
Look at all this mountain. Oh, we got some tents over here.
Oh, that's cool.
Got a little
Was
camp.
REI?
We got a little campsite going. We got a.
You should never fly your drone into another campsite.
You should also never fly your drone over people unless they sign waivers.
True. You should definitely not fly it into people. That's why you should use our sim first, so that you don't do that. Wow, look at that. That's really cool. Look at that detail.
Majestic.
Absolutely majestic look at the three-toed. Nice set of mountains. Huge tracts of land.
Indeed. But in this scenario, you're going to be looking for missing campers and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's cool.
it's pretty neat. But for another stream.
Yeah, yeah. Leave them wanting a little more, right? We're almost right at that hour mark, which is exactly where I wanted to be. We'll probably go a bit long, as we start to progress and kind of turn this into more of a some interview formatting and things like that, and we can bring you more stuff to look at. But we don't want to inundate too many folks with this first one right off the rip. Um, Wanted to come here, introduce ourselves, introduce the company, and kind of use this to springboard into our next set of things that we're going to be offering, and include all of you, our watchers, subscribers, viewers, friends, countrymen, Romans. Um, and until then, we'll try and be back on in Vegas. We'll try and go live from the show floor. Um, Bring you some updates from there, some giveaways, things of that nature. Come by and make it worth your while to hang out at the CUAV Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Caesar's
Other
Forum,
than that,
baby.
Caesar's Forum, y'all. And shortly thereafter, you'll be able to find myself and a ragtag bunch of rapscallions, probably over by the Golden Nugget, because that's where this old man likes to hang out. But if you do see me, come up and say hi. And if you see Beau, say hi twice and give him a big hug.
Yep.
He loves when strangers gives him hugs. It's adorable.
You know it.
Zephyr heads. I like that. All right, Zephyr heads. We will see you all soon. Thank you so much for your time. Back soon. Take care. Be cool to one another. Take us out.